Hey guys, Al here, bringing you a build order guide for Japanese. This is a build order for Japanese on water hybrid maps. Now we have all heard the pros talk about Japanese being strong on these kind of maps, but I have never seen anyone do a build order for it. So I figured let's go ahead with that. Now why are Japanese considered good on these kind of maps? Well, a few things. First of all, your fishing ships are cheaper, so you will have more fishing ships with less investment. Second is the shinobi, which are able to sabotage opponent docks. Third is that you can age up really fast. And the last part is that you get passive stone from mining gold so that you can upgrade your docks with arrow slits if needed. But let's go through the guide and see where it goes. So you will start off with queuing up some workers. You will send 5 villagers to a straggler tree and you will send a scout together with the villager. Now I'm doing this on 4 lakes, but this works on any hybrid maps. And on 4 lakes specifically, you want to scout like the corner of the closest lake, because that's normally where the deep water fish spawn, and also there's shoreline fish most of the times. If there isn't any shoreline fish, just leave some of the sheep you find on the dock, so the villager has something to gather from. TC will be set to sheep, and just build a house with one of the workers that will go back on sheep. You don't need to think about placing it on berries or something like that, just get it down. The villagers on stragglers will take a pattern like this. So 4 of them will go from this straggler to that straggler over to the gold, and one of the villagers will go from this straggler to that straggler and back to food. The scout on this map specifically, you want to go check out where you're placing your dock. Then you want to check out the opponent's side, see if there's a dock here. And then you check the other side, see if there's a dock over here. So you will know where to send the first shinobi when you age up. If there aren't any docks, then you must be aware that there's probably either Dark Age pressure coming your way, and you need to adjust accordingly, or they might play just a standard feudal build with no water, in which case you will be very far ahead. The villagers, you can build a mining camp with 2 of the villagers that goes to gold, and just let the other 2 mine. And once you have 7 on food, you will set TC to straggler tree and then to the wood line. And with this build, you are only gonna go for 4 fishing ships. So the wood you have collected is enough for 4 fishing ships and the mining camp. So here we go, can speed this up a little bit. Just bring back the sheep and continue with the scouting. You can make sure to scout the opponent's side once again, maybe he placed a late dock or something like that. Or just see what he's up to. You will be close to pop cap at this point, so once you get enough wood for a house, you can bring all the villagers on gold to build a house, and you will be just fine. And since you already gathered the gold you need, you are okay to age up. And once you're able to, you age up with the 7 workers that were on food. And once they are done with the landmark, they will go to the wood line. You will rally TC to this straggler until you have 5 villagers on the straggler, and then you will set TC back to sheep. Let's speed this up. TCs back to sheep. And you're not producing any fishing ships, by the way. You're just saving up the wood, because the wood is needed for later. And here, when you're about halfway done with the landmark on this map specifically, you want to send a villager. You can send one of the gold villagers over to dock the opponent side. But if you're playing on like Boulder Bay, you don't need to do that. So now, since I'm playing versus the AI, it's not building any docks, but we are pretending that this is like where he plays his starting dock, so this is where his main economy is. So this is where we send our villager, and this is where we send our shinobis. Immediately upon age up, you get a double broadaxe because you will have a lot of villagers on wood, and you need to produce ships. TC is still only set to food, and you need to have the TC set to food because you're not having that big of a fish economy. So now the big part why this is so strong is because you do have fish economy, and at the same time you age up really fast. I checked Beastie Cutie's guide on how to play water, which I made a while back, and with all of the civs that are considered good on water, like HRE or Abbasid or China. And he always went up around 530 to 540 with those civs, and you age up at around 420 with this build. And you're already having shinobis going over, you're already docking the opponent's side. So that is the big strength with this build. So the gold you're using is for constantly producing shinobis. You want to constantly produce shinobis. And if you somehow screw this up and the opponent is able to get out fighting ships, or maybe if you're playing against Rus and he can convert his ships, you will want to be able to produce war junks. But since now you're so far ahead, you only need to produce a junk. So Shinobi is here, he's already sabotaging the opponent's dock. And I would advise you to maybe go like 3 Shinobi to this side, and then you send the rest, some Shinobis to this side as well to start, because he might have placed a dock there, right? So, and once you get your junk out, and you can start patrolling his coastline, so you know that he won't be getting any new docks up, and then this pond is now yours. And once you have secured this pond and ruined his fish economy over here, you will start producing fishing ships again. You can produce from both sides. You can send a villager over to this side and capture this pond, and you can also send one over here to start fishing there. So then you will have 4 ponds while he has none. And yeah, once you start getting some fishing ships up, you can stop sending villagers to food and start sending to gold instead, or wood, whatever you need, to start getting more and more upgrades and more units or whatever. The thing is, at this point, the game is basically over. Most people will just resign once you destroy his economy over here. And even if he's able to secure, like this pond, he was able to get a dock up before you got here and got some fighting ships to protect the coasts. He doesn't have any economy over here yet, so it's not the biggest deal that he gets 1 pond if you still have 3 ponds. So that is basically it. Alright, so from here on out you can, if the opponent doesn't resign, which he should, because the game is basically over, you can either head for a castle timing from this, just add more villagers on gold and keep producing fishing ships and you will be up in no time. Or you can play like an feudal all-in from here, since you will have such a big economy that it's close to impossible to lose it. And yeah, as I said, you can do this on any map, any hybrid map. I would though suggest on like Himayama, where there's not a lot of fish, that you don't go for the Kaka Township, and instead go for the storehouse, since there's not that much fish to fight over. The chances are small that the opponent even goes for a dock. But you can do the same kind of opening, but just go for the storehouse instead, and then you might wanna age up with one or two less villagers and have them on wood or food or whatever instead. And this can also be done against any civilization, although Mongols might be the hardest one to pull it off, since they are most likely gonna tower a few. So then you need to be ready for that and adapt. Alright guys, that is basically it. That's the build order, and let me know what you think of it in the comments down below, and hope you have great success with it on the ladder. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and bye.